young men are not going into the workforce. Young men have realized that they have very little prospects, they have very few opportunities. Now we're talking about Jack's age. Very few opportunities. The state of Western white women, they're undateable and not suitable, the majority of them not suitable for wives. And the courts are stacked against them in the family court. If they do find one of these women, in 10 years she can say she's not happy and destroy the man and take his kids away from him. Young men are seeing this. They've watched it in their grandfathers, they've watched it in their fathers, they've watched how their mothers have divorced and treated their fathers, etc., and they don't want it.
While I don't agree with most of the philosophy of the black pill, I think this is one that overlaps with the concepts of the red pill, something that black pill has nailed down correctly. Men are lost today. They have no purpose. Just as the man said, young men do not have anything to fight for because society is demonizing them right now. Why would a young man full of potential fight for a country, or anything for that matter, when everything seems to hate him?
And they're basically checking out. They're not interested in dating because it just isn't worth it. They're not interested in going and busting their bodies, breaking their bodies for a lifetime of career, that they could be discarded or abandoned the moment that they're no longer able to do the job.
Men are the disposable sex. If you've listened long enough to our videos, you might not have the red pill rage anymore. However, those who still have it understand that it's normal. And the sooner you accept the fact that you have no inherent value as a man, life gets easier. You have total control over your power and life.
This headline from The Hill, it caught my eye. Most young men are single, most young women are not. The story reported that as of 2022, Pew Research Center found 30% of U.S. adults are neither married, living with a partner, nor engaged in a committed relationship. Nearly half of all young adults are single. Now, look at these numbers. 34% of women, twice as many, a whopping 63% of men. What explains that? I pulled the Pew study and I read with interest. Turns out since 2019, the share of single men who say they're looking for dates or a relationship has declined from 61% to 50%.
And it's about to get worse for America. The left, feminists, and whoever else are in that camp will continue to spew their fucking garbage, telling men that it's somehow their fault. What's happening in society now can be surmised in just a few words. Western society does not care for men. Young men aren't even entering the workforce anymore. No one wants to go into the trades. There's absolutely nothing productive with the leftist ideology. It's all about death and destruction. Abortion, killing children. Divorce, killing marriage. Feminism, killing the nuclear family. Thus, killing society. I could go on and on.
Just because women are not doing jobs in infrastructure does not mean that women are not doing vital jobs. I would argue that healthcare is pretty important, no?
The difference is anybody can be a nurse, man or woman, but not every woman can lay bricks. Not every woman can go up on a power line that's like hundreds of feet in the air with heavy ass tool belt equipment. Underwater welding? Do you know how many women do underwater welding? The number's probably 0.
Again, they'll keep living in this delusion that they don't need men. They'll argue that women can do those jobs too. Really now? Those pink-haired feminists with their useless gender studies degrees think they can pick up underwater welding in a pinch when shit hits the fan? Good luck, Western society. Here's more doom and gloom news for you.
In September 2021, China's broadcasting regulator issued a ban on Liang Pao, or sissy men, from appearing on TV and video streaming sites.
It's a matter of national security for them. At least that's how they view it. Whether you see it a degeneracy or not, depending on your point of view in the West, they don't want that imported into their country. It's not seen as beneficial. What does this man provide society with? What is the beneficial aspect?
Oh yeah, I almost forgot. The West has many enemies. You think their soldiers care about how many pronouns American pussified men have? Nope. They'll walk right through these guys. Why aren't feminists lining up to take on jobs like these? Where are the rallies? Where's the outrage? There's obviously no inequality here, as men mostly do these jobs. Come on, progressives. Where's your fucking consistency?
This is always how they keep you here pinned down like a little slave. 100% fear mongering. They tell you that it's unsafe, you're gonna die if you go anywhere else. America's the safest place, where you get shanked in the middle of buying a coffee at Starbucks. Yes, very safe over here. How many public tragedies have we had in the past few weeks? They're starting to become a weekly ordeal in the United States. Any day could be your last, apparently, if you go out in public to do anything, cause some nut job.
Facts.
Men get screwed over day after day.
Yeah, men lose.
All the time.
Men lose.
All the time.
No, that's true. That's a good point. All the time. You talk about, everyone talks about men being bad, but you have 1% of men. You have 1% of men, maybe 2% out here can be playboys. The majority of men are desperate to get anything they can get, and they'll do anything they can to hold on to it. There are more men who are lonely, suicidal. A woman will never truly be lonely. No matter how unattractive, how ugly your personality is, you can always get dick. There are men out here who are genuinely lonely. You don't understand the struggle of a man, because women want the best men in the world. You want the best men in the world, and as much as you will sit and say, I don't want to cheat, you know instinctively you will share the best man in the world as opposed to have Joe Schmo.
There's a reason why men kill themselves all the time. The unfortunate thing is, these women aren't even listening to him. They're immediately ready to respond, but here are my problems. This is why you never ever show a woman that you are crying or weak. They'll never empathize with you. Only your mother cares about you that way. So, learn stoicism.
Anybody you can emotionally control, anybody you can emotionally affect, you have them in your pocket, right? To one degree or another. If you can emotionally control somebody, I'll tell you who's excellent at this. Women. Women are fantastic at this. If a woman realizes she can piss you off with X thing, she'll notice it, she'll keep it in her pocket. You know what? That annoys him. Cool, sorry baby, sorry. 3 weeks later, 2 months later, they realize when you're vulnerable. I can tell you this, I can tell you the experience from fighting. When I was fighting, I was a kickboxing world champion, right? I never made millions from fighting. Kickboxing was not that big a sport. 10 years ago, even UFC wasn't as big as it is now. So I was making money, but I mean, I was probably fighting 2 or 3 times a year. And most I ever got paid was 100, 150 grand a fight. So I was kind of normal life. And whichever girlfriend I had at the time, no matter what, she always managed to start some asinine, stupid, immature fight with me like 3 days before a fight. Because I'm weight drained, I haven't eaten, I'm nervous, I can't sleep. I've been training for 10 weeks. This monster's from Kazakhstan, some psycho. I have to fly over to knows where and Bishkek to fight him. And now she's like, you're in the toilet seat. I'm like, the fucking toilet seat. I might die. He can kill me. But
Women do this subconsciously. They love seeing your reaction to their drama. This is another reason why men need to instill a little bit of drama over a short period of time in their relationships. Because then, at least, you're the one in control.
He doesn't have enough money to pay for hundreds of thousands of dollars of a wedding that I want, but he will soon. And that's for me. It's a celebration for me.
So what men want?
You can't compare a future with someone's past. Like, you past you can't change, a future you can change.
But who makes the decisions in the past?
Look it up. It's literally, I'm telling you, I learned it from my anatomy class when I was 16.
An unhappy wife does not equal a happy marriage.
Does a husband have a duty to provide for his wife?
No, just love, respect, and trust.
These are the women you're gonna be dealing with in the West.
I'm not the one who started sending men into the women's bathroom and taking away their trophies and castrating kids. I'm perfectly happy with the way things have worked for thousands of years. It is the transgender activists who are trying to upend everything.
Hi, I'm Nicolette. I'm a stripper. I do OnlyFans. I in my social media like Twitter, Pornhub, all that good stuff by visiting allmylinks.com/Nicolette, and I'm working on getting my real estate license.
But you tell us what you think each of our body counts is.
Okay, you're all at least double digit. For sure, guaranteed.
Double digit?
100,000%
wrong.
You really can't blame men if these are the women they're gonna have to date and settle with. You really can't blame them if they don't want to work in the trades anymore. The white picket fence, 3 kids, and a dog dream doesn't exist anymore.
And what would you ladies do if a man asks you to split the bill on the first date?
I split the bill only once in my life, and I blocked him on the Uber back. I think the reason why it's only happened to me once in my life is because I make it no secret right off the bat that I'm materialistic and shallow. So all the dusty guys know mostly to stay away.
It's funny that they're proud of it too.
I've come for your pickle.
They post this for attention. What they really mean is a reclusive, genius, billionaire artist who spends all day thinking about his art. Not Joe Schmo.
Don't tell me how to co-parent with my daughter. All I've asked of this man was...
All you've asked of this man is to literally go through hell and back just to see his daughter. Let alone you constantly bashing me online, knowing that it's only gonna hurt Kinley worse. Last week, I let you have my days knowing that you're gonna go to Chicago and have a good time with Kinley there. Now it's all being thrown back in my face saying that, oh, I haven't seen her for 2 weeks and that I'm all this and I'm all that. In reality, I'm gonna put it straight. I financially support her, I put clothes on her back, I feed her, I take care of her. When she's with me, she is well taken care of. That's all that matters. All this extra shit, Kylie, I'm sick of it. Everybody in your comment section is sick of it. Just move on, grow up, we can live our lives co-parenting, and I wish you the best. I really do, because this is just not right, and all I can ask for is just for you to be happy.
Never get married in a place that is extremely lopsided against men.
Why with the Vans, it's just like small dick energy.
Yeah, I heard not a big fan of
I don't know
Vans.
what it is. I've tried.
See the hypocrisy from these people? She's known for wearing baggy shirts and jeans because she doesn't want people to comment on her weight. Yet, this is what you hear. Well, I can't stand her music anyway. She sounds like a hippie who ate a box of pot brownies.
I've got to say, I've been on our Facebook page and seen all the comments from men saying, well, I'll celebrate International Women's Day once there's an International Men's Day.
I've seen a lot of that as well.
There is an International Men's Day, you idiot.
Oh, there is?
Google it. For goodness sake, this is why I hate people.
You can't say that.
Honestly, no, you despair. You think, really? This is the evolution has reached this point?
Well, you know, it's like we wouldn't need an International Women's Day.
Sorry.
As Jacinda Ardern
it's just embarrassing. When,
we weren't getting beaten up in our homes, or we were actually represented at the highest level.
Okay, I'm just making mental note. Don't talk about International Men's Day and don't talk about Ed Sheeran.
Here's the thing. There is an International Men's Day. There's probably less reason to celebrate International Men's Day, but there are just so many idiots who go online and write, oh, well, what about International Men's Day? There is an International Men's Day. Google it. It's in November. I'm sure you can celebrate.
The fact that you need to Google International Men's Day is the problem. The name Jack Tame suits him nicely. A nice, progressive, harmless man. This is exactly why there's a gender pay gap. Instead of working, these women are attending these stupid rallies. Just kidding. Nobody wants to hire them.
Just another quick one about Angela's question on equality just before. We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen Show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter not because Dina and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Again, they want the benefits without the responsibilities.
What's going on with men?
I'm inside the screening of a film that's created quite a bit of a stir. It's called The Red Pill. It's about men's rights activists, and there's a protest building up outside right now.
Here's the last clip I want to show you. Warren Farrell, a controversial author and former feminist who now wrote a book about the crisis of masculinity, held a lecture. Meanwhile, outside the building, there's a protest going on.
Stop Warren Farrell! Stop Warren Farrell!
And like these so-called men's rights groups are actually hate groups.
No hate speech on campus!
Okay.
I came as part of my women's studies.
We're not super interested in talking to you, first of all, but basically we're here to shut down an event that is promoting the patriarchy.
Very frustrated. I was studying all today, and I took time out of my studies to come here. Would you like to ask him why he's here?
I'm not sufficiently convinced that I'll receive an answer that isn't what I presented.
2 of my friends committed suicide, and I want the peace of understanding why that happened.
Wow. When did this happen?
It happened about 2 years ago. It was one after the other like that.
Did you expect to get some addressing of suicide issue at the talk here?
Yes, I did.
What I have to ask on that, and I'll ask you, is why this space to talk about that. Feminism, for example, offers lots of spaces to talk about mental health issues, talk about depression, both in men, women, and people who don't identify within the binary.
I think everybody's voice should be heard.
This is what's happening with the world. These pathetic feminist men and women do not see their hypocrisy. These are tyrannical people programmed to act in a certain way by dangerous ideologies. Just like what Jordan Peterson said, stand up straight with your shoulders back. This is a stark reminder that you should never give up. Don't let these people win. Speak up and tell the truth. Be strong, stoic, and kind. Learn how to fight. Be a strong, virtuous man. Thank you for watching today's episode.